Hey everyone, this is Benja Welldone in the audio version of my YouTube channel, Benja Welldone Comedy, playlist Waiting for the World, where I document my rise to comedy starting from when I moved to Texas a little over a year ago in 2018. If you have any live question about absolutely anything having to do with love advice, joining the military, foreign travel, business, you name it, feel free to send me an email at Benja, Benja, Welldone, Welldone @gmail.com, and once a week I'll anonymously give you an answer to your question, roasting the shit out of your situation just to make light of it, followed by giving you a real legit answer. Thank you for your time and stay tuned.
And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live. It is February the 25th at 4:55 in the afternoon. How are you doing? I did about 15 minutes of comedy at the bus station today, the one that I always go to, and I love it. It's just so great just being raw and in the street and with people and working on material. That way when I actually go out on stage, it's fully vetted. I don't have a certain amount of allotted minutes. There's no sign-up list. It's just, I love it. But anyway, so, I wanted to address something. There's a certain psychology to making fun of somebody, like roasting, which is like, it's like there's a part of my style that I do that, but you have to evenly balance it. And what I mean is this: if you make fun of a guy, he might be able to take it, a girl maybe not. So there's a certain balance that you got to have. And let me just get a little bit more in depth what I'm saying. All right, I had this thing that I was doing for a while, and it wasn't working, and I had to figure out the reason. And here's what I'm getting at. If there's a guy and a girl, okay, guys, us socially, we typically make fun of each other and everything, and it is what it is. It's all cool. We don't care. It doesn't matter. It's all good, right? But it's just joking. It's just how guys communicate. We always bust our chops and make fun of each other and stuff. If you say it to a guy in an audience making fun of camera angle changed a little bit. If I were to say a joke about guys and then say something about girls, here's the thing about it. Most couples, most comedy shows, they come as like a couple. It's usually not like four dudes. It's usually like a guy-girl date. That's the dynamic of it. So if I were to make fun of a guy, guys, socially and whatnot, we can laugh at it, right? Because that's just how we roll. The girls, they can laugh at it too because it's not them that's being made fun of. Here's the trick, though. If I switch the role and I say something making fun of girls, okay, the girls, they're going to be quiet because that's just not a part of their culture. But generally, they're not going to be able. Even in a tasteful way, it's kind of hard for girls to, just socially, to be made fun of, even if it's something it's just completely the truth, that's just 100% fact. And the thing is, out of respect and love, the guys, they also, more than likely, will not laugh about the joke in reference to women, especially while they're on a date. Because that will look poorly on them, and they will hear that on the way back on the car and stuff like that. So, I kind of had a learning lesson today where I kind of realized that fact, because there was something I had been saying about just dating and relationships in general. I feel like this camera keeps slipping every second. About dating and relationships and stuff like that. How, without getting into it before it's fully revealed and fully tight and ready, how I would basically say something about girls, something about guys first, and then something about girls, and then directly after that talk about guys and girls together, like something that they both do. And it's just a cool way to hit on something. Now here's the thing, even if something's true, and it's my priority to make people laugh, if it's true and it's not funny, even if it is funny, like discreetly, but not publicly, and I don't get a laugh, You got to drop it, because it doesn't do anything. It's not conducive. And if anything, then I have to like recover with what I say next. But there's certain circumstances that it always will work. If I talk about someone that's personal to me that I am a friend with, and I'm not saying all women, but if I say all women about something, even if it's true and extremely funny, you have to have the right circumstances to even have that something work. But again, circumstantially, the women aren't going to laugh at themselves unless it's something that doesn't make them look bad. I mean, there's a lot of small coincidental things that could always be said, but not making fun of them. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was talking about some of the things that guys always do relationship-wise when they first start dating, and then some of the things that girls always do. They're just small things, but they don't want to admit it because they know it's true. Again, I'm not getting into it. It doesn't matter. But privately, when it was just an audience of guys, all the guys laughed. And I noticed it when I said it when I was in front of couples. The guys, he sort of looked over like, because he knew it was true, and they're kind of covering their mouths, and the women are like, that is not funny. That is not funny at all. It was hilarious, but anyway, I guess that one will just have to be for me. Aside from that, what else is going on? I got 2 more people on my Instagram, YouTube, and all that other stuff, which is great. And at some point, I'm definitely... I really would like to hear back from the people that are listening to me, because this is a audio version too. Apparently I have listeners in like Australia, Burleson, which is like a city nearby where I live, New Zealand, England, I mean all over the world. I had like 400 downloads, or no, I'm sorry, that's completely incorrect, 200. I don't know, I'm being honest with you, I don't have a clue the reason I said 400. It just kind of slipped out. But I had like 200 listeners last week downloading, so that's all good and everything. But I'd really like to hear back from for some people, and yeah, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But even the great Bill Burr, he was already a very, very successful comedian before he even started his show. And I know it'll take time. But in the last year or so that I have actually had this channel, it's already grown like 200% as far as listeners, and now even more at the audio version, and now my Instagram, and everything is just Oh, and then also I have this, really happy about it. It's really cool, really. Anyway, I got this cool bumper sticker on the back of my car. I mentioned this one time, and I'll just say it again, where it has like my social media on it, and it has like a microphone and me in a picture, like holding it and stuff. And another guy, as he was walking in the parking lot, he was like, "Hey man, is that you?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He just took out his phone, he followed me right on the spot. So it's pretty damn cool. So a lot of good things are happening, and I love the fact that I've already gotten about 15 minutes worth of material. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm so much better than I am than an hour ago, because I know certain stuff that does work, certain stuff that doesn't, but more importantly, the reason why. These reasons why these lessons being learned and everything are more valuable, or they're not more valuable, but they go together, they coincide with the material itself, because I'm not going to be working anymore, and I'm not being too hard and concrete when I'm saying this, but what I'm getting at is I'm not going to spend hours and minutes on working on something to make it perfect when whatever I'm working on is something that dynamically, because of the formula of society and stuff like that, between the male, female, and the dynamic of somebody being in a relationship, they might not be able to laugh or react that they would when they're with their significant other. And now that I've taken that into account, how I want it to be perceived when I'm actually saying certain jokes and comedy and stuff like that, I can actually formulate that with that in consideration, so that it makes both of them laugh. I know what I'm saying is very technical, and it's not always easy describing thoughts in general, But these are fresh and it's new, and a lesson that I had really just learned today. Which, if I explain something, it's so common sense, it's so simple, you would say, hey, of course, that makes perfect sense. But in all honesty, a lot of the things that are such common sense are so simple, they're so up front of you and in close, it almost skips you and skips over you as far as being able to realize that. You know, those are like it's like you're too close to something, like a magnifying glass, and you have to back up to get a better view of whatever it is. You know, you're too far forward. I had to pull myself back from the situation and realize, because like last weekend I did a show, it was almost all females, and they didn't think it was funny. And then I did some street comedy at the bus station with nothing but dudes, and then with guy and girl. And I realized through that dynamic that really important lesson. So it's all good. It's a good lesson. And I'm going to use it and apply it from now on. So now I know exactly, not just necessarily who I can say, but how I can say it, and so forth and so on. I don't want to bore you too much, but this is a comedy YouTube channel, podcast show, and everything. Yeah, so again, I was talking to this guy at a Sears, and I realized talking with him, because again, it was just him, and I was saying jokes and everything. Like, here's the thing. If you go out with your boys, you act a certain way, you have a certain energy, a certain freedom that you don't have when you are with your girlfriend, wife, or whatever it may be. And the reason why is because you acting immature with your friends or something like that doesn't reflect poorly on her, on your girl. I mean, essentially is what I'm getting at, right? And it's no different if a girl goes out with a group of girls. They have a certain energy. They can, endorphins are flying and stuff like that. They can really just like geek out and have fun. Girls being girls, you know. But when a couple is together, almost always there's a little bit more of a conservative feel, and the reason why is because the guy socially doesn't want to make the girl look bad, right? And more than likely the girl won't want to do something out of line or something crazy to make the guy look bad, no matter what the circumstance, and that's out of respect. The thing is, when you're trying to make somebody laugh, I don't want to make either of them feel bad, right? So that's kind of the lesson learned, but there's still certain ways of making people laugh without isolating them and making them singled out. So that's kind of the ongoing challenge. But I always like kind of poking fun at everybody stylistically, and the easiest one to make fun of without a comparison and without any issue is myself. Because whenever I talk to myself, they can enjoy the laugh, they can enjoy the circumstance and everything else, but it doesn't affect them personally, because I'm not saying all women or all guys or something like that. And typically I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but I'll say it anyway. Anytime someone ever says all this or all that or always, that's an exaggeration. But when people get offended, because they will always take your sarcasm as literal, and they'll saying, I don't always do that, or it's not all women, it's most women or most guys, or whatever the case. I can tell you this much: most guys, when you first start dating, you know what, I almost revealed a little that I don't want to reveal, just because I almost actually said the new material that I found out today as a result of this. I figured out a different way of saying something better for guys and for girls that they can both laugh at together. So until next time, I'm trying to keep these videos around 10 minutes, because I know people got more important stuff to do, but I love to hear back from people, just be able to experience my journey doing comedy and whatnot in a nutshell. So I hope you liked this video. Keep watching, got more stuff to come out. and I got a lot of pending good news that I'm working on. So as I succeed, you succeed, we succeed. So everybody just have a great rest of your day. Thank you for your time. I'm Benja. Welldone. Check me out. Peace.